Anuloma Bali, and we recite together. Avijja Vijaya Singara Singara Vijaya Vijnana Vijnana Vijaya Namarupa Namarupa Vijaya Salayadana Salayadana Vijaya Pasa Pasa Vijaya Vedana Vedana Vijaya Dana Dana Vijaya Upadana Upadana Vijaya Bhava Bhava Vijaya Jadi Jadi Vijaya Jaramaranam Soka Paridewa Dukkha Domana Subayasa Sambhavandi Eva Medasa Kevalasa Dukkha Khandasa Samudaya Hodi. English translation. Dependent on ignorance arise karmic evolutions. Dependent on karmic evolutions arises consciousness. So we are going rounds and rounds in samsara, or we are rolling on and on in samsara because of our kilesa and karma. So in the 3 rounds, 3 vitta, kilesa vitta, karma vitta, and vipaka vitta. So long as we have kilesa and karma, if we are not mindful, if we ignorant and we crave for something, tanha, and then we cling to this object, and we do activities, volitional activities, sankhara, and then karma bhava arise. So in this life, in the last moment, that karma or karma nimitta or gati nimitta, karma or signs of karma or signs of destiny appeared, and we cling to this object, and then we have to be reborn again, and then in the future life, in the next life, we may have that vijnana, namarupa, etc. five five resultants we will have. So in this present period, present life, you can see sometimes life is favorable, sometimes unfavorable. These are no other things. Vijnana, Namarupa, consciousness, sometimes pleasant, Namarupa, sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant, and Vedana. Also during sitting, sometimes no pain, sometimes severe pain, like this. So sometimes good, sometimes bad. Sometimes favorable, sometimes unfavorable. So in other words, these present effect can be called loka dhamma, worldly condition, or some people say vicissitude, ups and downs, sometimes good, sometimes bad. So these vipaka, rounds of results, are produced by our rounds of defilements and rounds of karma, kilesa and karma in our previous life, produce these effects, sometimes good and sometimes bad. Even our Lord Buddha, after having attained the Buddhahood, he had to face these loka dhamma. Mostly Buddha have favorable states, but sometimes unfavorable states he have to encounter. So today we have to listen to how Lord Buddha had to encounter these loka dhamma. At one time, 12 years after having attained the Buddhahood, Buddha went to a town called Virinja in western part of India. So at this place, Buddha gave Dhamma talk to the Brahmin Virinja, and Brahmin Virinja attained the state of Sotapanna. And then the Brahmin Virinja requested the Lord Buddha to spend the vasa at that village. And Buddha granted that request, and Buddha and his 500 disciples spent the vasa at Virinja place. So the Brahmin Virinja had requested the Lord Buddha to stay for vasa, but he did not offer to build a monastery for Buddha and the 500 disciples. So Buddha and 500 disciples who are arahants, they had to seek shelter wherever available near the tree. So the shelter for them were probably the smaller neem trees around the big neem tree. And as there was a drought. There was no rain in that year, so Buddha and the monks did not have any trouble from getting wet during the 3 months. So there was no rain and not enough food in that place. So during the stay of the Buddha and Arahants, 500 Arahants, Mara was doing his evil job. So his job was to disturb the Buddha and the 500 monks, and he made the donor or devotees living in that area ignorance of the Buddha and 500 monks and charity. And besides, there was no rain and people were starving, and there was no one in the town who would offer food to the Buddha and 500 monks. At the time, 500 horse traders from Kashmir in northern India arrived at the town. As there was famine and there was no one to buy their horse, so the 500 horse trader, when they saw the monks, they wanted to offer their tough kinds of wheat for feeding their horses. So this could be unhusked and boiled and eaten. So the horse trader fed their horses only once instead of twice daily, as they used to do, and the traders offered the horse food to the Buddha and the monks. The tough wheat had to be boiled, and the boiled wheat set in the sun to dry, and then the dry wheat had to be crushed or pounded and wetted with water, and it is taken as meal. And the work had to be done by groups of few monks each, and the horse traders offered butter and honey also to the monks. And Buddha's attendant, Venerable Ananda, mixed wheat with butter and honey and offered the meal to the Lord Buddha. So it is said that Devas put their celestial food in the mixtures. Buddha accepted the food, and after taking it, spent the entire day sitting under the great neem tree and went to Paticca-Samuppada. And in this group, all the monks, with the exception of Venerable Ananda, were Arahants. Venerable Ananda was only a Sotapanna. So all the other monks were also sitting under their respective neem trees and entering into Paticca-Samuppada all days. all this. So devotees may complain why Lord Buddha, who had for so many lifetimes done meritorious deeds and noble deeds, have to face that kinds of situation. And his disciples, who are all arahants, should have to take such very poor meal. Why? The answer is simple. It is Loka Dhamma. In this life, Buddha and Arahants were not free from the Loka Dhamma, ups and downs of life. And also, Buddha admitted. So that is the unwholesome karma, unwholesome sankara in the previous life. So Buddha said, during the time of Posa Buddha, I told his disciple to eat poor rice, that is mayor rice in Bali. Do not eat the softer and finer kind sali rice, that is super great rice. Don't eat, and you eat the poor rice. So Buddha, in the previous life, he told the disciple of the Posa Buddha. So this Buddha said by way of a threat in the result, akusala vibhaga, unwholesome resultant, for this use of abusive speech, Lord Buddha had accepted the request of Virinja Brahmin and spend the vasa, and he have to face to eat the rough horse food rice of low kind. So Buddha said for his unwholesome deeds in the past. Even though Buddha and Arahants, they have to encounter this kinds of unpleasant state, unpleasant feeling, vedana, they never complain because they are Arahants. For them, it doesn't matter, and we have to respect the Buddha's and Arahant's patience and endurance. They did not complain anything, and Buddha said to Ananda, Tummehi Sapurisehi Vijitam. So Ananda, you good person have achieved success. You all have conquered lobha, greed and desire. So Buddha praised all the Sangha who are very contented by having the very tough rice during the 3 months. And then they are Arahants, and also they can do to have a good food from the donor. So they can praise the qualities of other Arahants. Oh, he was an Arahant and he gained jhana and he have abhinya. They can praise each other to get the good food from the donor, but they are arahants and they never do in this wrong way. And also Buddha predicted in the future monks. So in the future, monks will be very greedy. Many monks of the future will be too choosy about the alms offered to them, and they will say that that particular delicious food is too tough and too soft, and that particular curry is salty or with too little salt, sour or cold. So we have to be very careful. The monks should not be very greedy. Buddha predicted in the future monks will be very greedy. So for Buddha and Arahants, for unpleasant sensation, unpleasant situation, unfavorable situation, for the present effect, when they encounter, they have no desire or upset, etc. No tanna and no vyavara, no abhijja, no vyavara. Also yogi are practicing in this way, mindful all the time. When you encounter Kaya, Vedana, Citta, Dhamma, and then you can remove abhijja and vyavara. And labo, alabo, sometimes you have plenty, sometimes you have nothing. Yaso, ayaso, sometimes you have many friends, sometimes no friends. And our Lord Buddha, usually there were 500 monks, 1,000 monks, 10,000 monks around Lord Buddha. But at one time, there was a problem in Kausambi. The Kausambi Sangha have a problem. They quarrel each other because the one monk leaves some water in the restroom, and another group, they argue with the discipline and then they quarrel. And Buddha trying to make them agreeable, but the monks very stubborn. The monks did not listen to the Lord Buddha. So Buddha left Gositarama monastery. He went to the parallel jungle and stayed there for the 3 vasa alone. And normally, whenever Ananda have to accompany the Buddha, but now he knew that Buddha wanted to remain alone. So in this parallel jungle, Buddha stayed alone, and the huge elephant attended upon the Lord Buddha's needs. And the villagers built a hut with a roof covered by leaves for the Buddha to live in and Buddha spent there very happily, very having peace of mind. So there are 3 Viveka: Kāya-Viveka, Citta-Viveka, and Upadhi-Viveka. So Kāya-Viveka is bodily seclusion. You stay alone. So even in the Dhamma hall, many yogis are there, but you stay alone. You stay alone, Kāya-Viveka. You go to under the tree. You go to the Dhamma hall, and even in the dining hall, you bodily secluded. At Citta-Viveka, yes, also we are training. Even though we stay alone, we talk a lot ourselves. Talking. So we have to know that kinds of self-talking. Citta-Viveka, even you stay alone, you have no kilesa. You have to try to leave your kilesa. If there is kilesa, even though you stay alone, you are not secluded. So you stay alone, and then you noting all the time. So kilesa are not there. So there is Citta-Viveka. So of course, if you stay with jhana, very concentrated mind, and if you stay with mega and phala, or vipassana, meditating all the time, so you have Citta-Viveka. And the last one, Upadhi-Viveka. Upadhi-Viveka is actually Nibbana. You are free from kilesa. You are free from khandha, aggregates. And you are free from abhisankara. So actually it is Nibbana. So Buddha have that kinds of Viveka, seclusion. Kāya-Viveka, Citta-Viveka, and Upadhi-Viveka. Upadhi-Viveka. Now this meditation is very agreeable in our life. Sometimes when we get old and we have to stay alone, so meditation is very favorable when you stay alone. And meditation encourage less responsibility, less talking, less sleeping, and staying alone. So these are very good factors for the meditators to develop their meditation inside knowledge. So 3 Viveka, you are developing, you are trying to be secluded. Follow me in Pali. Kāya-Viveka.
Kāya-Viveka.
Citta-Viveka.
Citta-Viveka.
Upadhi-Viveka.
Upadhi-Viveka.
Kāya-Viveka.
Kāya-Viveka.
Citta-Viveka.
Citta-Viveka.
Upadhi-Viveka.
Upadhi-Viveka.
Yes, bodily seclusion and mind seclusion and no kilesa, and always stay with mindfulness, jhana or megaphala, and you are free from kilesa, khandha and abhisankara, and you very secluded. Labo alabo, yaso yaso, and ningtam basansa. Sometimes people criticize and sometimes praise, And also even our Lord Buddha have had to face the kinds of criticism. Buddha teaching was very popular in these days, and the Ditya, that is unbeliever who are always against the Buddha, and they try their best to bring about occasion and create a accusation to Lord Buddha. At one time, the other groups, the opponents, and they asked Citta-Viveka, very beautiful hermitess, Pravajika, to accuse Buddha. So Citta-Viveka dressed finely and properly and went towards Jetavana monastery at night time and slept at other monastery of Ditya. And in the early morning, she hurried toward the city, as if she had come out from the Jetavana Buddha's monastery. And when people asked, "Hey, Citta-Viveka, why you was in a hurry and where you had slept?" And she replied, Don't ask me anymore. What can you gain from knowing what I have been doing? So don't ask. It is not your business. So she said to the people. So that beautiful hermitess Citta-Viveka had been doing like this for a month and so. And then when people inquired about her goings on, and she said, "I went to Jetavana Buddha monastery and the whole night I slept with Gautama." And 3 or 4 months later, she placed some clothes on her stomach and tied it round her waist and covered it with her outer garment to make it look like pregnancy. So after then, one day when Buddha was giving a talk in Jetavana monastery, Citta-Viveka walked into the audience and she accused Buddha. "Hey Gautama, you are very good that you have been giving Dhamma talk, but you have neglected the pregnancy. You have caused in me, you failed to make arrangement for my confinement." So she accused Buddha. And at the time the commentary said that the kings of Devas ordered one of the deities to pretend as rats and to cut down the growths in her stomach. And then when the rats bite the clothes, is slipped down, and then it's very clear that she have done wrong. So the audience were very angry, and they drove Chintamana out of the monastery. And the wicked hermitess Chintamana, when she got out of the sight of the Lord Buddha, she was swallowed up by the earth and went directly down the deepest level of Avijji hell. So that is Buddha in his life, he have to encounter that kinds of accusation. And the similar case had occurred. Sundari, a beautiful hermitess, accused Buddha in this way. And the Pali text, Apadana Pali mentioned that Buddha had to encounter these kinds of situations because in his previous life, he accused the Arahant Nanda, who was a disciple of Abhibhu Buddha. So for this bad karma or unwholesome sankhara, Buddha had to encounter that kinds of accusation. And the second case, regarding the Sundari accusation, previous time he had accusation to the Paticca Buddha, individual Buddha, who has the name of Surabhi Paticca Buddha. So it is the second case, second bad karma. So for the Buddhas and Arahants, they have to encounter these kinds of unpleasant Vedana, but they have no upsetting or anger or disliking, no kilesa. So we have to honor all the Lord Buddha and Arahants who have no kilesa when they encountering the worldly vicissitude, ups and downs in life. So open your book, page 135. Page 135, the paragraph 11. So that is Buddha and Arahants, when they face the vicissitude of life, their mind is agitated, their mind does not flutter, and their mind is sorrowless, stainless, and peaceful. So vicissitude means no other things. Vijnana, namarupa, salayana, phassa, vedana. Actually, these are unpleasant feeling, unpleasant situation, but their mind does not flutter, their mind not agitated. So Pali, can you follow me? Potasa loka dhamehi
Saloka Dhamehi
Citta Yasana Gambati
Citta Yasana Kampati
Asoka Virajan Khemam
Asoka Virajan Khemam
Hita Mingala Muddhamam
Hita Mingala Muddhamam
Buddhasa Loka Dhamehi
Buddhasa Loka Dhamehi
Citta Yasana Gambati
Citta Yasana Kampati
Asoka Virajan Khemam
Asoka Virajan Khemam
Hita Mingala Muddhamam
Hita Mangala Muddhamam.
Can you recite 3 times? Buddhasa Loka Dhamehi Citta Yasana Gambati Asoka Virajan Khemam Hita Mingala Muddhamam Buddhasa Loka Dhamehi Citta Yasana Gambati Asoka Virajan Khemam Hita Mingala Muddhamam Buddhasa Loka Dhamehi Citta Yasana Gambati Asoka Virajan Khemam Hita Mingala Muddhamam. Translation, follow me. Facing the vicissitude of life,
Facing the vicissitude of life,
the minds of arahants is unagitated.
unagitated.
The minds of arahants is unagitated.
The mind of the heart is unagitated,
Sorrowless, stainless, and peaceful. This is a superior blessing.
This is the superior blessing.
Facing the vicissitude of life,
Facing the vicissitude of life,
the minds of arahants is unagitated.
the mind of the arahants are unagitated,
Sorrowless, stainless, and peaceful. This is the superior blessing.
This is the superior blessing.
So vicissitude, you know, life ups and downs, sometimes labha, gain, sometimes loss, sometimes yasa, many friends, sometimes no friends. Sometimes people criticize you, sometimes praise you. Sukha dukkha, sometimes happy life, sometimes very miserable life. Any vicissitude of life, the minds of arahant does not flutter, sorrowless, stainless, and very peaceful, because they are present, noting is very complete. So regarding the all unpleasant feeling, there can be no abhijja or domanassa, no desire or no discontentment. So we have to stop our discourse for today by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the 6 senses continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future. Sadhu, sadhu.